Dang it, I just dawned on me that I left my Sprite. Yeah, in the other room. And Sprite was one of those things that I allegedly gave up for Lent. Yeah, I already broke that one. Now, the other things that I've given up for Lent, I have not relapsed on, thank goodness. But, without saying, sometimes we stumble and fall, but we just get back up on there. It was hilarious. I was doing a reading last night for someone. They came in, and I kept getting this, you need to go get the deck of cards, you need to go get this deck. And the deck was in the other room. So when I stood up, I knocked my Sprite that I just got, was completely full, all over the floor, ice and all. And I stood there and I laughed and I said, well, that's because I wasn't supposed to have it. If you're not supposed to have something, and you kind of go against it, and you go get it, usually some kind of junk, minutia, whatever will happen. So, do me a big favor, love this video, comment where you're watching from. Or if you have any specific questions, anything like that, make a comment that's cool and groovy. And some guy, had posted on something that I had posted, and it was, I'm just not going to talk, if it's an ad, or whatever, and I'm not out there provoking some kind of conversation or provoking something, making a comment for a provocation, whether it's a fight or for food for thought, I don't care, don't be hateful. If I'm giving an ad and I'm telling you that, I'm putting up, hey, I've got readings for, online readings on sale. I am trying to make money for a computer. I have the money for the computer and it's no big deal, but I thought, hey, why don't we have a win-win, and I'll offer readings at a little bit of a discounted price. And people can hook, we can connect online and do them. I didn't think it was a big deal. And I mean, I've been told I'm a witch, I'm going to burn at the stake, they hope I die, all sorts of stuff. That's hate speech. Okay, I pay for my page, so I don't want to hear hate speech. I pay for those ads to go out. I'm not paying for people to come back and abuse me. And be hateful and rude and say negative, nasty things. And some guy, posts that, or puts a post, but just somebody disagrees with you, no, disagree. That's cool, we can disagree. We can agree to disagree. I don't agree for you to be an ass, and that's what my point is on that. So, anyway, and you don't have to tolerate anybody talking to you crazy, or treating you in a negative, disrespectful way. And so if people are telling you that you're, not worthy of something, hello, how are you? You don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be treated ugly and hateful. You deserve to be treated courteous and wonderfully, and be, people speak to you with nice things. I mean, and if it's like, even if they disagree, there's the power of scroll on, and that's usually what grown-ups do. And yeah, people don't like it when I make that comment, because they say, that's just so rude. And I'm like, maybe it is rude. But adults, people that are spiritually, emotionally mature, understand the power of scroll on. Now, somebody makes a comment about, so yeah, I get into politics, and somebody wants to make a comment about something, and I make a comment, that's great. I'm not trying to start a fight with Joe Biden. No, I don't need to start an argument with Joe Biden, but I have the right to say I don't like his policies. I think his policies are gobbledygook. Whatever, right? So let's look at Thursday's energy. Someone keeps telling me, and they keep sending me these little messages from Weather OKC, that we're going to have really crappy weather tomorrow. So I'm going to be working out of my home. So if anybody wants to do an online reading, reach out to me by text. Don't connect with me on Messenger, because I don't have Messenger on my phone. It was Mark Zuckerberg watches your stuff. Okay, so when you have Messenger on your phone, remember that's going to China. And people go, really? And I'm like, really? They sell your stuff, this metaverse or whatever it is, sells your stuff to the China. I was laughing. I go, to the CCP. Hi, Paul. So don't let your stuff go to the CCP. Get off a messenger on your phone. You can have it on your laptop. It's harder to work it off your laptop or your desktop. The messenger part is harder for them to infiltrate into what you're doing. And people are like, oh, you're such a conspiracy. Yeah, I am. I believe in that. I believe that people are, that there's a lot of crookedness. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why this isn't starting out. Maybe we're just supposed to listen to all of these right here. Okay, all right, so let's move forward here. We are using the Sacred Earth Oracle, call it my grandma card, as I swear I can feel grandma in the room. I can feel my husband's great-grandmother, Gladys. And she's, girl, speaking, girl, what are you doing, girl? And so this card here is this rediscovery card, but this is what I'm getting really hard and really strong. When I'm looking at this card, I am getting some inner child stuff. So let's do a little bit. Hey, Amanda, how are you? So let's do a little smudging through here. Okay, we're using the Palo Santo because it's before 6 o'clock, and you know that they get all trippy if I use sage, so, because I'd be clearing out their demons. But let's look at this again, okay? So the energy coming in, now the card says rediscovery, but I'm getting some inner child work, some inner child issues. So it's this energy that's coming in is a result of a surfacing of our inner child. And I'm getting the word kind of like fears, our inner child fears through there. Oh, well, thank you. All right, so when I'm looking at this is energy of some inner child issues, and I'm getting more fear-based starting to come up and to surface. Or, to surface up. And so rediscovery means that it's coming back through. Now, this card here is the obstacle card, and we're looking at reaction, and I want you to see something here and pay close attention to what I'm saying. Right now, you have a choice. You have an opportunity to make a choice. You can let this energy coming in of stirring up some old childhood issues make or break you. It can either make or break you. It can place you into a place of empowerment and overcoming and healing, or it can take you into a place that spirals downward and creates this long flow of tears. Now, normally when I think about tears and like here when I'm working with a client here in session and we're doing a chakra balancing or we're doing a shamanic Reiki or a soul journey, whatever, and they start to cry and they'll be like trying to hold it back, and I'm like, no, go ahead and cry and let it go. It's a great way to release that bottled up energy. And then I also look at it too. Hey, Teresa. I also take it as is that when I cry, that it's going to clear the splinters out of my eyes. So if I have something that's clouding my vision and not allowing me to have greater insight or discernment into whatever I'm metaphorically looking at, I know those tears are going to clear that thorn or whatever, that splinter out of my eye so I can see things better. And, and I preach that. I talk about that a lot in session. But, okay, and comma, when I'm looking at this card here, I'm seeing this as an opportunity. Christine, I'm gonna make you laugh for just a second. Girl, I haven't washed my hair in 4 days. I'm like, But no, I'm like trying this little trick thing that I learned, like on TikTok. And so thank you for saying that you're making my day. I actually have just kind of done some other hair care, and I'm really kind of shocked that I know my roots need to be colored really bad, but I'm really shocked that it's like my hair is not all oily and greasy looking. So I love TikTok, I won't lie, and flaxseed is really cool. All right, so this opportunity, so looking at this, we have this opportunity, guys. We have this opportunity to allow this inner child issue coming up to either make or break us. Make or break. You have this opportunity to make the choice. And this is like really intense energy, because normally when you see this card and you think about this kind of energy and it's the obstacle card, it's more about keeping you down and not allowing you. But this right here, when I look at this reaction, you are in control on how you're going to react and how you're going to allow the surfacing of some of this nonsense, some of these old issues back from childhood coming up. You're going to be able to control the way that you react. I love that. And if that's an obstacle, I'll take that obstacle all day long. Now, that was the obstacle. And so here is the help, and the help is the perspective card. She looks pregnant to me. I don't know about y'all, but for some reason I get this like a little bun in the oven right through here. I don't know why, but in here, I'm gonna say it like this. Here's your opportunity to change the story, to modify it, or to create the ending that you seek out of this childhood issue stuff coming up, okay? It's now you have the opportunity, and I'm looking, remember here, she's pregnant, so she's got something growing. Now you have the opportunity to create something really awesome out of this. Now, I want to point out something else. This looks an awful lot like the little web that I think of when I think about hearing and listening, and bringing in that information. Listen to your spirit, okay? I'm like, this is in your crown area, and this is in your heart center. And then that, of course, is in the earth center. Listen to your heart, listen to your head, okay? And create something beautiful as you heal and release that childhood trauma, that childhood nonsense, that childhood fear. For people, and I'm going to kind of say, for people that have grown up in war-torn areas, that as children they were living in, whether it was Afghanistan, Somalia, Ethiopia, Libya, Iraq, Iran, China, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. If you grew up, and this we can even take with strife, so if you grew up in an area of strife where there was a lot of violence, or there was a lot of threat of violence, or a threat, or even, just that imbalance, that you're kind of always on a little bit of an edge, and you're anticipating, bad things happening, just like you're anticipating the bomb sirens to go off. If I've had a lot of my friends and a lot of clients that were in some of those tornadoes down in Moore that were horrific. And so they have a lot of anxiety when the weather sirens go off. And so if that happened to you when you were a child, and you've been seemingly great, and then you're going to notice that there's just issues and imbalance in the world right now, that's going to trigger some of that. You can empower that moment. You can empower that energy and create something beautiful from it. The important part of this so far is to recognize that these are going to be fears or issues or imbalances, dis-eases that stem from childhood or inner child experiences. Your perspective can allow beautiful change to occur. Create, okay, that's why she looks pregnant to me. Create the outcome that you desire. Create the outcome that you desire. I'm laughing when I see this card because moderation, when I'm thinking about moderation, and I'm going to just flip her right side up. It's kind of like doing things as they come and etc. Ouch. But when we look at this and notice that it came in on the upside down, this is kind of like, and I'm going to say a warning, that you're going to spend too much money at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so, or Michael's, and it's kind of like, oh, they have a 90% off sale, right? And you go in and you just buy a bunch of stuff, and it's very meaningless, almost. It's kind of like they have 100, okay, so let's say you go to Hobby Lobby and they have Valentine's Day stuff on sale, and everything that's Valentine's related is 90% off, so you're only paying 10% of that stickered price, and you end up buying 4 boxes, like the storage bins, worth of Valentine's stuff, and you're like, but I only spent $20. But now you're carrying around the vibration of 4 boxes of outdated Valentine stuff. Oh, definitely. So that's what I'm kind of like, looking at this is that, kind of step back and think about what choices that you're making in order for your prosperity or in order for your vibe to increase. Think about that. You may be looking at it as in you're investing in next year's love, but actually you've created 4 boxes of burden from that, and that's something that you probably really don't want to carry with you. I know I love Hobby Lobby too, and I'm the one that would probably be spending the $20 on the 90% off stuff with the 4 boxes. I'll just keep that real. I'm like, yeah, that would be me. And I go, because we're going to use it next season. Hell no, I'm not going to use that next season. I just put up a box of things that were from Valentine's 2 seasons ago that I didn't use this year. So I'm like, I get what they're saying. Stop doing that. Don't go crazy with the things that you have. Learn to use moderation in what you're doing in order to create your success, create your high vibe, create your good vibe. Now, I love this card. This card is the consistency card, but I want you guys to look at this and think of this card as a reminder to be authentic. A reminder to be authentic. Okay, and this is, I'm like, Grandma, this is my grandmother deck. I call it the grandmothers because I can hear Brandon's grandmas, I can hear my grandma, I can hear your grandma, I can hear everybody's grandma. Regardless of culture, everybody's grandma still has that same vibe where they have all of this wonderful consejo, advice, direction, guidance. Baby, I lived it, let me tell you all about it kind of vibe. And this is what she's just like screaming. They're screaming, be authentic. Be yourself, be truthful, have integrity, and your word is always it shapes, your word shapes the expectations and how things will roll out on this. So, and this is what I'm getting from the grandmas. Okay, and the grandmas are like, all right, so you know how when you were young, and we did this, okay, she's like, when you were young and you would go out with your friends and you and your friends would create personas, everybody had their own persona, and you never were your true authentic self. You were always something that you wanted to be, or something or somebody that you wanted to be, or you didn't want people to know the real you. And then that one day you meet the one, they think your name is Roxanne and your phone number is 8887. Oh, God dang it, what's Jenny's phone number? 8675309. And they think your phone number is 8675309. Okay? You don't have to be Roxanne, and that's not your phone number. You need to be who you are, so when the one, whether it's the best friend, the love of your life, the perfect job or career, whatever it is, so that when the one shows up, that you are already your authentic self, and you're your authentic self 100% of the time. Stop making up a persona or a scenario that is not truly who you are. And I'm like, dang, so true. I did not use the name Roxanne, but I did use the number 8675309 quite often. All right, so consistency, be authentic, be your true self, let your sunshine lead that way and guide you through there. I'm like totally digging this. This would be a great poster. It'd be a great tapestry too. I'd put that as a bedspread on my bed. I don't know about y'all, but I would. Well, thank you, Amanda. All right. This makes me laugh. Okay, guys, don't expect any heat. And I'm not meaning as in temperature. I'm meaning people won't be sweating you. People will not be sweating you. They will allow you to be you and develop who you are. Do not expect anyone to be placing pressure or making you sweat. Okay? I like that feeling. When I'm like over here laughing and I'm like, this is like easy money the rest of the day, or resting through the energy. So it's just pretty much, it's this big thing of saying, hey, you need to be authentic in who you are. Work through some of those, that inner child, those inner child fears coming up. And actually, when you start really paying attention to who you are and your vibration. Hey, Cheyenne. Hey, Amanda. Thank you for saying that was deep. But when you start paying attention to you and honoring you and bringing up your good vibration, healing through that, you don't need to react. You don't need to get into a spiral and downward go through these issues that are coming up, because they're going to be results they're going to be resulting from things that had happened in the past, especially in your childhood, your adolescent years, and they're going to come to surface. And it's about the way that you approach them and that you react to them. A lot of times, and I'm going to say this, when people want to provoke fear, or when, and I don't want to say universe, but when things of the universe want to provoke fear, they're going to bring up things that they know or have a potential to know that they are going to trigger your emotions. Don't buy into it. Okay, that's what this ending parts is saying, is that roll with it. Acknowledge that it existed. And make something beautiful from that. Create something beautiful from that. One of the things that I get is that, when we are kind of tormented as children and we're treated in really ugly, hateful ways, and I'm not even going to go down the many paths. We all know what the paths are on that. Even in our, and I'm going to say like in your college years, you have a really, really happy childhood, a really safe, protected family. They loved you. They take really good care of you, and you go out of state to some big college, and often this happens, and you get lost in that big college. You get lost in that experience, and sometimes negative things happen. Even those can start to kind of come up again for those of us that are maybe a little bit older, that we've kind of like put off to the, because it's kind of like we're told, but we're not told that those things will occur. And often we're told that these bad things happen to other people, that they'll never happen to us. And then when they do happen to us, we're like, holy cow, and we hold it in. Let them resurface and let them go. Let them resurface and let them go. If you have to call your best friend and say, help me through this, you call your best friend and you have a BFF day. And allow that energy to dissipate. Allow that energy to rise up and leave. Acknowledge that it existed and acknowledge that you are in a totally different place in your life and that you can control the way that you react to that. You, not them telling you how to react, but you can control that. It's kind of like when you start to self-empower, is a lot of times people will tell you, oh, you need to just let that go. Oh, I don't know why you're even bringing that up and all of that. If it still hurts you, acknowledge that it still hurts you. But we together, we as a community, we need to come up with something to fill that space. But let's work through it, and that's what this is saying. You have the opportunity and the empowerment to decide how you are going to react to the things from your past that will be coming up and triggering emotions. You are empowered to make the best choices ever. So peace, love, and harmony. I hope you guys totally love this reading today. Please do me a favor. And next week I'll have a cool giveaway. I've got to kind of like come together with a neat bag or something to do as a giveaway for people that it is hard to be your own best friend, but ain't nobody gonna love you, Cheyenne, like Cheyenne will love Cheyenne. And that's one thing that I've, recognized in my very 60 years or however old I'm getting to be, is that no one will love me as much as I have the potential to love myself. And when I love myself to the fullest potential, then I allow others to love me at the fullest potential. So peace, love, and harmony. Don't forget, share, love the video, comment something cool, where you're watching from. If you have any, well, thank you. If anybody, guys, I do daily Reiki. So if anybody ever has any Reiki requests, hit me up. Let me know. I do daily Reiki for the world every day. I mean, I may not put it up on the, internet, oh, doing Reiki today, but every day I sit down and I do Reiki. I do Reiki for myself. I do Reiki for people, asking that people hear my words and that it creates a beautiful impact in their life, whatever. And then when people say, like my family's really suffering, my daughter's sick, my son's struggling in school, I'm like, hey, give me some initials, and I'll, sit here and go, okay, I'm sending Reiki to JK, I'm just making JK up, okay, so that they can, have insight into the information that they're receiving at school, whatever it is, that's going on with them. So if you guys have those requests, just send me a note or mention on here, hey, can you send me Reiki for this or that? And that way, get into that vibration and learn what it feels like. And then you too are empowered to start sharing that with other people. You can't really say, if you're not a Reiki practitioner, you can't say I'm sharing Reiki, but you can always say I'm sharing the healing with you. What I think is really kind of cool about Reiki, Pamela, I send you Reiki all the time since you had mentioned some stuff to me here on one of the videos a couple weeks ago. I cannot believe that he's 14. Okay? I cannot believe Chase is 14, okay, because I don't remember him being that old, okay? He's still in elementary school in my heart. I'm just saying. He's probably taller than you, too. And that will really bug me, because I'll be like, oh my God, your kid's too, he's not allowed to grow up. Um, how much of that is testosterone, though? But yeah, I will put Chase on my list that he loves on Mama in a groovy, appropriate way, and that he treats you with respect. It's some testosterone. Testosterone makes boys an ass, and you got to remember that as their mothers, they are very comfortable. They'll fart in front of us. They would probably even be butt-ass naked in front of us, and we're like, oh, please put some clothes on. And they're like, but God, you're my mom. So they'll fart and burp and do all of those nasty things in front of us. They're not going to have one problem when those hormones are out of balance, being a ding-dang fool to their mama. I raised two sons, and they were total asses to me, but I'll say they love their mama. And, now as grown men, I know those boys love me. But yeah, they're all I'm not going to say all teenage boys, but a lot of teenage boys can be asses. And so yes, we will send some Reiki that way. And Pamela, I want to do some stacked sessions with you. But I will, do me a favor and text me 405-549-3766 and let me know it's you. And after I'm done with my thing today, I will text you and kind of propose something to you and see how you feel about it. But it would be cool, and it has to do with Reiki, and it has to do with healing. So I think you'd be game. But peace, love. Oh, look at this. I'm double-handed. Peace, love, and harmony. I'll talk to you guys really soon. Have a great day. Be cool. Do something really groovy. Thank you, Christine, for the stars. And don't forget, guys, share, share, share. Share. Get because I'm just telling you, Facebook charges me a shitload of money. Not trying to, cuss. But they charge a lot of money, and every time I pay for an ad, I get people cussing at me. I get people talking about how I'm a piece of garbage, I need to die, blah, 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 blah. I'm just almost at the point I don't even want to do any ads because people out there are hateful. I don't get it. I don't.